Welcome to Level 5. Known to survivors as the Terror Hotel, this environment trades the yellow-stained rot of the earlier levels for the cold, organized luxury of the early 20th century. The architecture presents as an expansive hotel complex from the mid-1930s. The hallways are furnished with pristine chairs and shelving that seem to have been placed there in the early 1920s. Smooth jazz music plays constantly through a vintage speaker system, originating from record players that change their own discs without human intervention. As you walk, these identical hallways stretch on indefinitely, seemingly without end. The hotel is unnervingly clean. If a wanderer scuffs a floor or leaves dust on a table, the level cleans itself automatically, returning the surface to a polished, original state. The first signs of the anomaly are found in the lighting. The wall-mounted candles are often electric fakes, emitting the same low-frequency buzzing noise that characterizes the empty offices of Level 0. Auditory hallucinations soon follow the visual ones. Travelers report hearing the muffled sounds of a crowded party on the other side of locked doors, and many wanderers experience the terrifying sensation of a phantom hand tapping their shoulder while completely alone in a corridor. This combination of luxury and isolation creates a specific psychological pressure, where the pristine cleaning and vintage music serve as a constant reminder that the hotel is actively monitoring and maintaining the space around you. Explorers primarily navigate the main hall, a sector defined by dark wood floors and red and gold carpets. While most bedrooms are locked, some stay open, providing fully furnished areas for travelers to rest. Portraits line these halls, featuring subjects whose eyes appear to track your movement. It creates a persistent feeling of being watched by the architecture itself. The heart of the level is the Beverly Rooms, or the Eternal Ballroom. This massive hall acts as a central hub, with 1,000 doors on its perimeter that connect to every other section of the hotel. In the center of the room sits a single table with an unfinished game of mahjong. Every attempt to complete the game is thwarted by an unseen force that physically compels wanderers to stay away from the table. Entering the boiler room shifts the environment from grand halls to a claustrophobic maze of machinery. The temperature rises sharply here, filled with the constant hiss of steam from industrial furnaces. Large pipes carrying high-pressure almond water frequently burst, flooding the hot corridors. If you listen closely at the rusted furnace doors, you can hear eerie whispering voices coming from the flames. This level is a tiered trap. It utilizes the tracking paintings and phantom sounds to unsettle you, while the boiler rooms present the physical threat of extreme heat. Several groups have established permanent bases within these walls. The MEG operates housekeeping, a large outpost dedicated to mapping the level and providing guides to those who stumble in. The Homely Hotel faction has fully integrated into the level's theme, running a functional hotel service that includes room assignments and food service for wanderers. A more mysterious group, the Lost Hall Society, is composed of an unknown entity species. They occupy the hotel libraries, creating maps and books that are strangely helpful to human travelers. Deep within the ballroom lives the Originals, a group of 31 people who only admit those who entered the backrooms between 1300 and 1940. This temporal restriction means the group is composed of historical figures from the past, including the lost aviator Amelia Earhart. Movement between these outposts is facilitated by a vintage elevator network. These cars are the primary way to access levels 3 and 4, acting as a small-scale transport hub for the factions. By utilizing the specific services and historical technology, these residents have essentially stepped out of time, becoming as much a part of the 1930s atmosphere as the furniture itself. Beyond the ballroom and the boiler rooms lies an area that explorers are cautioned to avoid. It is a space that many claim you are simply not supposed to know. This hidden lobby is an anomaly that interferes with human perception, creating a hostile environment for the wanderer's consciousness. Within weeks of visiting this room, a wanderer begins to lose all memory of its existence. The experience is systematically erased from the mind, leaving no trace of what was seen or heard inside. To maintain proof of the room's existence, the MEG relies on reports written immediately after a wanderer returns, capturing the details before the amnesia takes full effect. The velvet carpets and vintage jazz of Level 5 create a facade of safety that masks the dimension's true nature as a predatory space. The hotel's final act of cleaning is directed at the wanderer themselves, eventually scrubbing away their history and identity until they are as blank as the hallways they walk. To continue your journey through the levels of the backrooms, subscribe and follow our logs as we document the depths of this infinite complex.